Times is changing. Over Femi, names and faces. Some stand still, some switch places. You know what I'm saying? Self-love, learn to embrace it. For sure. If it ain't working out for you, then you must replace it. Switch it up, saying. Yo, what is a system or set of...
Peace, what up, man? This is Brother Obafemi, man, MCE. We back with another Soul Speaks.
See it, Adams. What's up?
E. Got my brother, man, our special guest today, my brother Marcus Montgomery.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We in the building.
Hey, man, so it's been a little minute, man, since we've been on the grind doing the Soul Speaks Saturday series showcase at NDO Blue. So we had to tap back in, man, especially since it's Black History Month. So,
Yes, sir.
what y'all think, man, about, I've heard a lot of people say Black History Month is kind of, like, what's the purpose? Like, why we even celebrate it? Do we still need a Black History Month? Since we black all year, so, you know what I'm saying? What y'all think, man?
And my take on it is it's good to put a month out there because some people don't acknowledge that we black all year. You know, even some black people. So, I mean, you know, this part make them want to acknowledge, okay, yeah, we are black. Let's do this month and, you know, get back. I don't know, because I'm black all year, so I don't really know how they feel on that, but, you know.
I look at it more as a seed gesture to hopefully plant seeds to go beyond just the 28 days in February. If this is the only time of year that we can find common ground, that maybe from this seed gesture that we can grow something bigger than that and be able to develop our own unique culture in this country. You know, that's one thing where I know we're missing is our own. Everybody is identifying as this, even though it's all black, but they're identifying as this part of being black, this part of being black. I'm from this tribe, I'm from this part of Africa, I'm from this Native American tribe. But if we can, like I said, this seed, because there are blacks everywhere in this country. Even when we go trace our ancient roots through the Native Americans, we already know the story on that. And so instead of everybody still being divided, you know, maybe this would plant a seed to continue this beyond Black History Month to where we can finally try to see, besides the common ground being us black, but that we need a central culture or something that can pull all of us together, so to speak. But I look at Black History Month as some type of seed gesture.
Well, first of all, I really appreciate you all for having me here on the show, Soul Speaks. I'm already feeling the energy and the positive vibe. I love it. I love to see people working together, particularly brothers working together for, you know, like he said, finding that common ground and pushing that positivity. And, you know, when I think about the idea of Black History Month, I know some people say, as you said, Obi, it gets a rap sometimes like it's kind of cliche or it's kind of like a flavor of the month type of thing. And I get that where some people are coming from, but my feel is that we need everything that we can get as a people. We need every opportunity to come together, to think, to have collective thought, to have our energies pulled into a direction where we can actually, you know, try to have some harmony. And if it's got to be Black History Month, then that's great. Let's celebrate that. Let's maximize all that we can get out of that. And as he said, it can spill over into something that happens outside of the month of February because, you know, I work in the public school system and sometimes, you know, they do have African American history classes as an elective at some schools, but a lot of schools don't. So for a lot of young people these days, it's like young and middle-aged and older, you know, there's just a lot that they don't know. And so if Black history is an opportunity, as my brother right here said, that seed can be planted to say, you know, here's somebody from history that you may not have known about. And that may be in the thing that inspires you, that you carry that with you for the rest of your life. You know, and I love the fact that we do get some camera time and some press, you know, during the month of February. And I feel like just like me being here and you all doing what you're doing and keeping that consistency, I feel like let's capitalize on it and use it to the best of our ability to, let everything else be an offshoot and grow out of it. So I love the fact that we have it. Give much love to Carter G. Wilson.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? The brother put us in the game. I mean, yeah, we got the baton passed from him.
Find our way again. Our ancestors.
So, like, what because when we think about celebration, it's like festive, it's upbeat.
Yeah.
When we get some of the history, it's like we were slaves, and we was in chains, and they beat us, and we were mistreated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen some of the children's faces like, I don't want to hear about this getting beat down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You can't blame him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, how do y'all think it affects the young people? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did it affect you hearing some of these stories as a child?
I mean, it affected me a lot. Like, we saw, what's that movie, Eyes on the Prize?
Yeah.
Get to the park, you see Emmett Till funeral, you see the park, Medgar Evers, get shot. I mean, it was kind of like you just said right there, like, they're like, oh my goodness, it's. And then the same thing is, like you said, with Carter G. Woodson and all that, as a youth, we didn't know, like you said, who started. Right. And then when we did Black History, you always put your coloring picture on the board with the same people every time. Like, it was who
is the trio?
The go-to.
MLK, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you made splash Sammy Davis right here. You made splash an athlete, Jackie Robinson,
Muhammad Ali.
Maybe a Malcolm X.
Right.
Folks that they can't
Frederick Douglass.
They ain't see no Malcolm.
They didn't want you to get under that Malcolm.
I did see Frederick Douglass. And
Yeah,
so
Frederick
did
Douglass, yeah, he wanted to go to.
those people argue they can't identify with those people.
MCE, times is changing. Over Femi, names and faces. Some stand still.
I did want to ask you, what do you think about critical race theory in proposed?
Where they're saying that the history should not be taught of the truth of the Black history being taught. I feel like that is something that should be taught, because, the reality is, a lot of times people young now, they hear you talking about something, and they kind of can see through it, and they'll be like going on their own searches and like find out what's really going on. Because like what you was kind of alluding to, Obi, is that like, man, young people today, and you said it too, brother. What was your name again?
I said.
You said it too. It's like these young people don't want to hear about the same old stuff, and they don't want to hear about the slavery era. They don't want to hear about like we were in chains and having dogs sicked on us, like you said, the eyes on the prize. They want to hear about some liberating stories. They want to hear about, if you're going to talk about Malcolm X, you're going to talk about where he got his education part started, where did he impact all these other young brothers, show them something that's motivational and liberational. And I feel that, just like with us being here today, you all doing the show Soul Speaks, and I'm doing, shows that I do. So and it's like, we have to take control of our own narrative.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so they have the critical race theory issue going on in the schools right now. And some schools are going to cut it, and some schools are probably still going to have it. But I think the responsibility is for us, like us brothers. I ain't gonna say we elders, but we sound like elders, but we got real true elders that I would look up to as elders. But we're in that space of like being awake, conscious, being, I feel like we young griots, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of knowledge to share. So I think we have to take control of our own narrative in that, the school's gonna do some and share some and have there's only like a few elective courses of African American history that I've seen.
Yeah.
Most of these schools don't even have that course. Right. So I feel like when we take that responsibility on teaching our young children, our own biological children, or other children, because the thing I see, brother, these young children are hungry, man. They want to know something. They know that a lot of stuff they've been being taught ain't real, and they want to know, like, if you want to give them something, they be like, for real? I didn't know that. And then you tell them something they like, and then when you see them the next day, they went and researched and Googled some more, like, look what I found out. Because they hungry. I mean, it's just like, if you look at most of the movements that happened, whether it was the Panthers, whether it was something over in China with Tiananmen Square, you know, whether it was like the people at UCLA, you know, even the Black Lives Matter movement at its grassroots beginning, these young people always coming up like, man, what? Nah, because nobody can put a filter on young people. And they really can't put a filter on us unless we allow that. So with the critical race theory, I think it's important that we're aware, and I think it's important that we also, if we have the ability to have a center of influence where we can get in political circles, and we can get into some of the rooms and, you know, build those type of relationships, because I think a lot of times, like, we're all at the table right now having a discussion. A lot of times the rooms in which some of these decisions are being made, we're not at the table. But we might know somebody from our city that is at the table. So I think one of our responsibilities is to be on the phone and be like, hey bro, I know this is about to happen and that's about to happen. Let's sit down, let's have lunch. You know, let's talk. Let's chop it up a little bit because, you know, you are in a powerful position, my brother or my sister, or it could be people of any ethnicity. You know, you got to let them know. Because like you mentioned Frederick Douglass said it's all about the advocacy. You know, the only reason we got some of the stuff we got was he was right in the era of Abraham Lincoln. He was like, hey, we need to sit down, we need to talk because I was a slave but now I'm free. But this stuff on these books, these laws, this stuff is not right. And Abraham Lincoln was influenced by that. And I'm saying for us, when we do the critical race theory, yeah, they got it in the politics, they got it in the policies right now, they're trying to get it to push through. But Tupac said it best, the powers in the people and the politics we address. You see what I'm saying? Right. So y'all got me hyped over here, man. I'm going to be coming to Power Club every week messing with y'all, man.
And then piggybacking off what you said earlier, it's supposed to be a celebration. You know, so nobody want to hear about the slave part because it's more to the black struggle than the slave part. You know what I'm saying? But even on that note, when we talking about the people we put on the board and our elections, I'm from Chicago. Okay. Never one that I see Fred have been on the board. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's a big part of black history in Chicago. Nobody talks about it. And there's a reason why. We know now, but there's a loop number, you know.
I mean, I think that it's very critical perspective about history. And I ask my students, I'm saying, how can you change history if history has already happened? And they was thinking, they were looking, and I was like, you have to change what you think or how you think about what's happening. Yeah. See, perspective gives you a different viewpoint of an event. You understand what I'm saying? So if you viewing, I'll be scouring videos and stuff to show them, and if it ain't catered to, I know when something is catered to us, and I know when something is fluff to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That makes sense. So, you know, they was telling, I had one video, it was about Harriet Tubman, and the person who was narrating was just emphasizing, slavery was so horrible, and it was terrible, and she was beaten so badly, and I just saw the kids' heads, they was just sinking in their chairs, like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling them, like I was telling them about Frederick Douglass' story. And they were like, who was Frederick? You know, saying this? I said, Frederick Douglass beat up his slave, man. He put them hands in his life. That's how he got away. Like, he didn't just, hey, master, I'm leaving. No, he fought. You know what I'm saying? They kind of perked up when I said that because that rest, like, they got that energy. Like, it ain't all about physical fighting, but I'm saying, because they also asked about the civil rights movement, and they always equate fighting for civil rights. So when they hear fight, they're thinking people was out there fighting. I'm saying, yes, some of that did happen, but I said there's different ways and strategies when you're talking about fight, or battle, or warfare. You know what I'm saying? So everything is about throwing a fist. Sometimes you may have to throw a fist, but that's what they tuned into when we started talking about fighting. They're like, fighting? We get to fight? Like, yes, I'm like, you're already in a fight right now. I'm trying to help you to strengthen that tool you need to fight with. You know what I'm saying? Which is your brain. So I just think it's very critical about how we share the narratives about what has happened with our children, so they can see in a perspective, whereas we ain't the victim all the time.
Yo, what is a system? A set of connected networks. Our next work is shaking our heads. Don't see our net worth, our necks hurt from shackles and chains, neglected. That's worth in trillions. We taking the blame and battle. Pain hurts, free labor. The corporate slaves and blood-stained shirts. We angry. Unfortunate graves of those nameless. We chasing the pain with the liquor. Mary Jane blood so aching. To deal with these sick